to talk about over the next 3 slides some advantages, some benefits of the dual language instruction program. Beginning with this slide, there are 3 major advantages of the dual language instruction program that I'd like to start with. First of all, students who remain within this program for 5 to 7 years of minimum will become fully proficient in speaking, reading, and writing in 2 languages. And this is based on the years of research that I mentioned previously. Secondly, students are going to achieve in English at levels that are similar to or higher than those of their peers in other programs. But also, they will be able to read and write at grade level in a second language. This is one of the biggest benefits we see, that our children will be bilingual when they complete the time that they are in this program. And again, it's recommended that they remain in the program for a minimum of 5 to 7 years to be able to receive the full benefits of the program. Thirdly, the students in the program develop positive attitudes about themselves as learners, other languages, and cultural backgrounds of other students. As we know, when kids come into school, they're little, they're kindergartners, they're not thinking about the color of anybody's skin or what language other students may speak. What they're thinking is, who am I going to play with at recess? And they make every effort to try and find a way to communicate with their peers. And they start to develop positive attitudes in this particular program because they're sharing the learning of each other's languages and each other's cultures throughout this process. So that's another one of the 3 major advantages of dual language instruction. On this next slide, there's, as you can see, a multitude of benefits, additional benefits for dual language instruction. As we previously mentioned, there's high academic achievement. But the students are also going to achieve complete bilingualism and biliteracy, reading and writing in 2 languages. And again, in Madera Unified, we have elected to use English and Spanish. Just to let you know that other districts who have a large population of other languages could opt to use English and Chinese or English and another language for the dual language instruction program as well. However, in Madera Unified, our population deems that Spanish is the most appropriate second language for us to use within this program. Another benefit is that our students will have a competitive edge for college and career opportunities. We know that students often, when they graduate from high school, there are scholarships available for them to apply for to go to college. And we want our students to go to college. And we know that if they speak another language, that opens the doors to many more scholarships that they might be able to qualify for as a result of participating in this program. In addition, we know through the research that the knowledge of speaking and thinking and reading and writing in more than one language strengthens brain development. And that's another benefit that we would like for our students to be able to have and carry on with them throughout their lives. Excuse me. Also, another benefit is that we have a decreased amount of discipline problems. This particular program improves our overall school performance, but it also helps the students to learn problem-solving skills. In the program, students are so interactive and they're so attentive to what's going on as they absorb these languages that there has been studies done as well, that show that the discipline within the dual language instruction programs are much less than in other programs that are offered in our schools. In addition, the program helps to build leadership and self-confidence in the students. They begin to value their own language and are able to communicate more with others, building that self-confidence that we like for students to have as a result of their educational experiences. And lastly, on this particular slide, this program also develops strong school and family partnerships. The beauty of this program is oftentimes parents would like to volunteer in the classroom. However, sometimes they feel that, for example, if they don't speak strongly in English or in Spanish, or they don't have equal opportunities to be able to participate, this dual language instruction program allows for both English-speaking parents and Spanish-speaking parents excuse me, to participate in the classroom on a volunteer basis. They can work with a small group of students and they can help the teacher in the classroom. If the parent is an English speaking parent, they can go in and help and they can be an English model, remembering that the teacher is the Spanish model and the teacher will not be able to break the Spanish code during the instruction time, but the parent volunteer could help the students and could use the English language during the time that they're assisting. On the other hand, our Spanish-speaking parents are also welcome to come in and assist as well, as they could continue to strengthen the skills in the Spanish language while working with students. Many parents find this as a way to build a connection between school and home, and also to build further and more connections with other parents as they start to collaborate with one another in the classroom setting or outside of the classroom setting as a family. In this particular slide, excuse me, there's a graphic here that shows many different things. So I'd like to point out piece by piece what this particular slide is talking about. So it's the benefits of bilingualism. So if we look at the top left-hand corner, first we see the cross-cultural communication benefits. As we know, if you speak more than one language, you will have benefits when you travel. You'll be able to communicate in another language with others who may speak Spanish, for example, if you go to countries that are Spanish-speaking countries. When you're using the internet and you are looking up items, if you speak more than one language, you might be able to do multiple types of internet searches, including in other languages, or communicate with others via the internet. And on social media as well, you have that additional opportunity to be able to participate in different types of pages. Let's say, for example, on Facebook, you can access Spanish language Facebook pages as well and be able to understand different perspectives from different languages and cultures. On the upper right hand side of the graphic, it talks about better business and superior salary earnings. Based on research, people who speak more than one language have a 5 to 20% higher base salary rate, which is also a benefit that we would love for our students to have. And then at the bottom, if you look at the graphic of the circle, this shows you, let's say that this graphic of the circle represents the entire world. Okay, and it is divided up by the number of languages that the world as a whole speaks. So if you look to the left side, 36% of the world speak one language. But I'd like to highlight that as you see, the other areas are highlighting how many people within our world speak more than one language. And if you add all those up, it shows that 64% of the world speak 2 languages or more. So we want our students to have that competitive edge with the other 64% of the world who have the ability to speak in more than one language. It's definitely a benefit. I would love for my children to have had this opportunity if they were younger. However, they've already grown up and are past the kindergarten age, so they would not qualify at this time. Let's keep going. So at this time, what I'd like you to do is to look at a video clip here. I have 2 that you can choose from. And in these video clips, the first one is the importance of dual language education. You can choose the one that you would prefer to look at. The first one comes from the city of Waukesha, and it promotes their 2-way dual language program. And so what it does is it shows you the perspective of some children in the classroom who are learning the languages, but it shows you the perspective of the parents, English speaking and Spanish speaking, and teachers talking about the program. This particular video is bilingual. There are parts where the individuals are speaking in English, and there are parts where the individuals are speaking in Spanish. The second video is included because in this video it's a very similar approach to the first one. However, the second one, dual language immersion in the Madison Metro School District, is actually has subtitles at the bottom. So although they are speaking in English for part of the video clip and in Spanish for another part, when the people are speaking in English, it is subtitled in Spanish at the bottom, and when the individuals are speaking in Spanish, you can read the subtitles in English so that you can understand the whole presentation in its entirety. And this particular video comes from the district of Madison Metro in Madison, Wisconsin. The video that I typically show at the parent and community presentations is the second one, the dual language immersion in the Madison Metro School District. And the reason being, again, is because of those subtitles at the bottom. However, please feel free to watch either one or both of the videos at your leisure.